Achievement Survey, that is NAS, and Foundational Learning Study, FLS. NAS is a nationwide survey of students' learning undertaken by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, to study and assess the health of the education system. The FLS aims to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy in primary classes and ensure that all children attain grade-level competencies in reading, writing, and numeracy. NAS and FLS reading provides a comprehensive picture of students' learning across the country and in every state, an understanding of students' knowledge, skills, and performance on key tasks, and provide policy planners with information to devise strategy and allocate resources to strengthen poor performance. The National Achievement Survey is the largest nationwide sample-based education survey conducted across India. It provides a system-level reflection on the effectiveness of school education, and it collects information on relevant background variables such as school environment, teaching processes, and student home and background factors. It covers the whole spectrum of school, including government schools, both state and central government-aided schools, and private schools across India. The National Achievement Survey was conducted throughout the country on November 13, 2017 for classes 3, 5, and 8 in government and government-aided schools for the subjects mathematics, language, social sciences, and science. NAS 2017 was conducted by NCERT at the center, and in Nagaland, the survey was initiated by SCERT, and through this survey, it has helped us to understand the progress towards achieving and learning outcomes, and also suggest ways to improve the learning levels of our children. Again, the National Achievement Survey NAS 2021 was conducted on 12 November 2021. This survey was conducted by the Central Board of Secondary Education as assessment administrator for grade 3, 5, 8, and 10 students of state government schools, government-aided schools, private unaided recognized schools, and central government schools. At the state level, NAS 2021 was initiated by the Directorate of School Education with Mr. Timothy Tong, the then Joint Director, DOSC, as the nodal officer. Here, the selection of the sample schools was based on the UDAI's 2019 and 2020 data. Therefore, the state districts used for drawing of the sample of the NAS 2021 is exactly as per the UDAI's 2019 and 2020. NAS 2021 intends to provide information of what India's students know and can do in key grades and subjects at national, state, district, and school type. The finding helps diagnose learning gaps of students and determine interventions required in educational policies, teaching practices, and learning. The key highlights of the NAS 2021 were, under the national average percentage of students for class 3 was 59%, which declined by 10% to 49% in class 5. This further declined to 41.9% in class 8 and then 37.8% in class 10. In the performance reported, there is a decline in almost all subjects. For instance, the mathematics score nationally was 57% in class 3, dropping by almost 10% to 44% in class 5 and 36% in class 8 and 32% in class 10. The language score nationally was 62% in class 3 and dropped to 52% in class 5 and to 53% in class 8. For science, the national score declined from 39% in class 8 to 35% in class 10. The average performance of schools in rural areas remained significantly below those urban areas in some states and union territories. When it comes to social group-wise performance, the scheduled tribe, the scheduled caste, and other backward classes categories remain lower than that of the students from the general category. Then, looking into the gender-wise performance, girls remain better than the boys in almost all subjects across the classes, both nationally and at state level. Now, in the perception of students about learning, at home level during the pandemic when the school remains closed, 78% of students term it as a burdensome with a lot of assignments, and 38% of students face difficulties in learning at home, while 24% say that they did not have digital devices at home. Now coming to FLS 2022, the Ministry of Education launched the National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, Nipun Bharat, in July 2021. Nipun was announced as a national mission to enable all children at the end of grade 3 to attain foundational skills by the year 2026 to 2027. As a crucial step towards strengthening efforts for foundational literacy and numeracy, a large-scale foundational learning study was undertaken by NCERT in March 2022. In Nagaland, out of 75 schools, 569 students and 146 teachers participated in the survey. At the national level, approximately 86,000 grade 3 students from 10,000 schools were covered. The study sample included state government schools, government-aided schools, private recognized schools, and central government schools. Here, FLS was conducted in 20 languages, which are being used as a medium of instruction in various states and union territories. So these are the main highlights of the survey. And considering the importance of NAS and FLS in our education system, the plans for effective implementation should be our effort. The intervention that we give will be crucial to enhance the learning levels of our children. In the next session, as we discuss the FLS 2022 and NAS 2021 in depth, and through the sharing of the reports we may take in the course of discussion, we can bring about the necessary changes to be implemented and can come up with comprehensive post-NAS and post-FLS intervention strategies for our state. This will help us to shape and plan our education system for the future.
And therefore, this NAS, this National Achievement Survey of schools, which our director SCRT has already shared with us, is an assessment of the performance of our schools across schools, whether private or government or central schools. The NAS is an assessment of the health of the education system in the country. And in Nagaland, the NAS, as she had already shared, was carried out, because NAS is carried out not extensively across the school, but this is based on sample. And as she had shared, this was carried out as mandated by the GOI, carried out by the officers, by the teachers of our government schools, but this was spread out across schools, private and government in our state. And this was carried out in 910 schools in our state, involving 5,507 teachers and involving 28,995 students in our state. And she has already shared the outcome, the findings of the learnings in our schools in the classes. I will not get into the details, but the NAS has indicated what is the learning outcomes in the various subjects in the various grades. Whether we are able to achieve our targets, whether there is learning outcome or not, that the NAS has already indicated. Then number 2, the other one is foundational learning survey. We are all aware of the National Education Policy 2020. And the National Education Policy gives emphasis to foundational learning and numeracy. And for this reason, as already shared, the Nipun Bharat mission was launched in July 2021. And this Nipun Bharat is to strengthen the foundational literacy and numeracy. We are aware that we have many out-of-school children. We have high dropout rates in many sectors, in the secondary sector, in the secondary levels. We have low retention rates. And why? Why are these happening? Of course, there are also external factors, but when the foundation is not strong, our children are not able to move forward. And therefore, realizing that the Government of India has launched this Nipun Bharat mission. And in our state, the Samagra Shiksha mission director is also the Nipun Bharat mission director. And the state will also be carrying forward. In fact, it's already launched by the Chief Minister in December 2021, and work is already in progress. And this mission is to focus on improving the foundational literacy in our state. And the objective is that by the time the child reaches grade 3, he or she will be competent enough to read, to be able to read with comprehension, to be able to do simple math, and will be able to gain the grade level competencies. That is the objective of the Nipun Bharat. And in line with this, in this context, the foundational learning survey was conducted to assess the learning outcomes in grade 3. And this was carried out in 75 schools involving 146 teachers and 669 children. Children of the state are placed in our care. We are custodians of these children in our schools. And how we transact in the schools is very important. You're all aware, you're better aware than me of the importance of our role. So what I want to request all of you is to take this program, this workshop seriously. I understand that the school education system here, the school education sector, has a lot of challenges and issues. But when we work together, it is possible to overcome these challenges so that we create a bright ecosystem for our children, for the children of the future of this state. Thank you.
Government of India, Ministry of Education have come up with the reports, and the reports, NAS reports for the state of Nagaland is in your hand, and also the FLS report. The SCRT in the state level, comprising of participants from the Nagaland Board of School Education, Directorate of School Education, Samagra Shiksha, have deeper understanding of the NAS report of our state, district-wise, and also the FLS.